Coming up on this week's episode of Help I'm Stuck in a Podcast, we're going to be talking about last week's Apple event, about how disappointing or exciting it was. We're going to be talking about the upcoming consoles that have just been released for pre-order, and more on this week's episode of Help I'm Stuck in a Podcast! My name is Fraser.
And my name is Kai.
And tomorrow it's my birthday!
Oh my god! Wait.
Yeah, where's your party hall? I think we've used that every single day in September. Every single episode.
I think so.
In
There's been something happening, hasn't there? Every single day of September.
That we've been able to do it to. God, next week we're going to have a struggle because it's going to be the end of September. And how are we going to, celebrate that? We're going to need to hope something happens.
Cry.
Yeah. Just party horn crying.
Yeah. It's usually how it goes, though, isn't it?
Especially at the moment. Moving swiftly onwards.
Hello. So,
yeah, it's been an interesting last week, to be completely honest. Usually, not a lot happens in my life, but do you know what? Something actually happened in my life over the last week.
Really? Go on, Fraser. Go on.
So,
tell us, please. Please, Fraser. Fraser, please tell us.
Shut up.
Fraser, please. Can you tell us now? Please, Fraser, please. I'm waiting.
Yes.
Tell us, Fraser, please. Please, Fraser, can you tell us now?
So, on Sunday, I went to an airfield. Not to go on holiday, though. At that airfield, my mum and my sister had registered to do a charity skydive.
Your mum and your sister?
I'd registered to do a charity skydive.
Wow.
And they were absolutely bricking it beforehand. They were absolutely bricking doing it because they'd never done a skydive before. By the end of it, they had landed and they were like, oh my God, I'll have to do it again. They said it was absolutely fantastic. No, and I wish I did. This is the thing. I thought they were mad. They were originally supposed to be doing it in like April, May time. Honestly, can't remember. But obviously, due to COVID, that was all delayed. So it was delayed up until September the 20th. I believe that was Sunday. And they went. It was my mum, my sister, and they also did it with my sister's boyfriend's mum, but she wasn't raising money for a charity. She was just doing it as a midlife crisis.
Nice. As you do, I would do that too.
And they raised a whopping £1,900.
I think you're going to say a whopping £1.50.
Yeah, a whopping 27p in a bag of Freddos.
Oh.
Nah, £1,900 they raised.
Cool.
And that was all in aid of Prostate Cancer UK.
So well done to them.
Well done to them. They did absolutely fantastic. I'd love to do it. It's been on my mind a lot now. Like, I really want to do a skydive now. And they said, like, I'd love to do it again. 100%. I really want to do it again. And there's an option to go higher. So they did a skydive from 10,000 feet. But there is an option. I don't know if you can go even higher again after that. But there is an option to pay like £50 more. And you dive from 15,000 feet instead. And they're like, God, do 50,000 feet next time. No brainer. Got to do it 100%. So based off of that feedback alone, I really want to do it now.
Did you say 15,000 or 55,000?
15,000 feet. Oh, God.
Okay.
55. That's like the edge of space, 55,000 feet.
Yeah, that's why I was like, that's a bit high up, Fraser, that one.
How high up is the edge of the Earth's atmosphere?
We're not David Blaine.
Here we go. 100 kilometers. What is 100 kilometers in feet? 328,000 feet. I was going to say 32,000 feet. That doesn't make sense. So they were.
Didn't the Red Bull guy? Didn't he do that? That one.
Yeah. Do you know what? Do you know what's crazy about that? We were talking about that whilst we were there. We were trying to figure out when it was. In your head, without looking anywhere, what year do you think that happened?
See, I remember it being more recent than further away, but I feel like it was either 2016 or 2012, I'm pretty sure.
It was 2012.
Yeah. I remember it being one of them. I think it was near the Olympics.
It was 2014.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's either 2014 or 2016. And to see it was 2012, I was like, no, how has it been 8 years since that's happened?
No.
It's crazy. Honestly, I remember watching it on YouTube.
Mad.
I remember watching it live. And now, here we are 8 years later, wondering how it's been 8 years. It doesn't feel like it's been 8 years.
Well, this year doesn't even feel like a year, does it?
That's very true. I mean, we're almost in October now. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's almost my birthday as well.
It almost is, yeah. Less than 2 months to go, actually. So it will be the countdown to yours in the next in the few episodes on the run up to that.
It will. And you know what?
What's that?
Everyone can send me Maltesers to my PO box.
They'll get molded. No, they won't. You'll be fine.
Maltesers.
Yeah, sounds good.
Oh, you know what?
What's
I went
that?
to Tesco the other night, yeah? And you know, I found like a box of Maltesers. I think I sent you a picture at one point.
Yes.
You
sent me a turkey.
Oh, well, I didn't mean that one then.
You sent a turkey which said seats 11 or serves 11 to 15, and you captioned it. Boris
no, it said 19 to 22.
Oh god, even worse.
Yeah, Boris won't like that one.
Can't even use that at weddings.
Funerals though.
Oh no.
Anyway, so in Tesco right now, if you go to the seasonal aisle, you know, like the bigger boxes of Maltesers.
Oh, like the Christmas size ones, the family proper sherry ones. Yeah, 330
milli whatevers.
The big sherry ones, yeah.
Yeah, the ones that you definitely don't share. So in the seasonal aisle, they're £2.69 at the moment, yeah, which is quite cheap for them.
That's a bargain.
Yeah. But then I went to the aisle where there's like all the chocolate and stuff, yeah, where it's like there's multi-packs and whatever else.
Yeah.
There's the exact same one in that aisle for £3.
What?
Yep.
Is it only because it's got like the seasonal decorations? That's what's making it cheaper?
Probably.
Oh my goodness.
Even then, it hasn't got any seasonal decorations. It's just a normal box, so I think it's just they haven't changed one of them.
How does that make sense? Maybe they pick it up in the £3 aisle and it actually says $2.69 on checkout and the tag's just wrong.
Maybe, or it's just a thing to like make people like see the more expensive one, because I'm guessing a lot of people don't really go down the seasonal aisle yet.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't either, but I went down there because I saw a bunch of cheap chocolate.
Fair play. How many boxes did you get?
3.
Yeah, fair play. Don't blame you. That will sort you out.
Yeah, I've had 1 so far.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Did you hear that? That was a nice noise.
A dong dong.
Yep.
Spill the beans. What's going on?
It says, write dinners, not tragedies.
Dinners, not tragedies. Nice.
Yep. But anyway.
Yeah, moving very swiftly on. We've had a skydive so far. We've had Tesco Maltesers. Yeah. And now, I think it's time we talk about the main event. The Apple event, which happened last week.
On the 15th say that one.
Of September. Oh, we'll talk about your one in a minute and about how your mask smells like monkey. That'll make perfect sense in a moment, guys. It just sounds horrible now. Anyway, the Apple event. Did you watch it, Kai, or did you see like any of the highlights?
I didn't. I went to the cinema.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you were doing something completely different.
I was doing the podcast with Ryan.
Yeah, you were doing Ryan Roxy's podcast.
And then it was on at 6, which was just after I finished. And then I went to the cinema.
Oh, fair enough. So, the Apple event didn't reveal anything to do with the new iPhone, the iPhone 12 that was highly anticipated. Which a few people predicted and a few people didn't. Do you know what I find funny about some of these predictors? Like, you know, you get the people who are like leaking information all the time or making predictions all the time, and they claim they have like a 100% track record.
Yep.
It's funny how like they make different claims in different tweets, and then what they do is they delete the incorrect tweet. So then they can quote tweet the correct one at a later date and go, "Ha!
I was right.
I told you." And then people usually haven't paid attention to the other tweets, so they don't even realise that they were wrong at one point. They just make the same claim on different days.
Yeah.
Anyway, so a couple of leakers were saying, "Oh yeah, there's going to be the iPhone revealed." A couple of them were saying, "No, it's going to be no iPhone." No, there wasn't any iPhone that was revealed at this point in time, because I think they're doing it because of a delay in production. I think it's going to be more October, November time.
I think they said they're doing another event either next week or the week after.
Oh, okay, that'll be interesting.
Which will announce the iPhone. I don't know if it's right or not.
Yeah.
But there is usually an October event as well, I'm pretty sure, so I'm guessing it'll be announcing that.
We shall see. Fingers crossed.
Aye.
So, yeah, the Apple Watch, the newest Apple Watch, was revealed, showing the usual speed upgrades, the usual buffs, the usual shebang.
The new camera in it.
Can you imagine if the Apple Watch had a camera?
It would be a bit sneaky, wouldn't it?
You'd be taking selfies by putting your wrist out. Joke's on you if you wanted to have two hands in the photo. That's just not going to happen, is it?
To be fair, I think it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I guess it kind of like disrupts like some policies in places and whatever else, and it could be a privacy concern for people.
Oh,
you know?
Definitely.
It
would only work.
Their watch on the side somewhere.
It would only work if the camera was embedded under the screen.
Yeah.
It would be stupid having like a little pop-up thing or having a little thing which is just like a slightly thicker bezel on the top just to fit in a camera.
Well, I always thought it'd be a good place to like put it. You know where the turning part is on the side of it.
Oh yeah.
I thought it'd always be a good place to put it like on that or like on the other side of that.
I guess it would make sense for if you were to take a photo because they could just put your fist out and be like, it's as if you're shooting something, but in fact you're shooting a photo. But in terms of putting it on like the little swivelly dial, that could be going up your arm. It would be a little bit uncomfortable doing that. The only other place
to be fair, I'm trying to like use my wrist right now to like see how like which way would feel comfortable, and none of the ways feel comfortable putting a camera. Like
I feel like the only way that would feel comfortable is if you had the camera facing you from underneath the screen. Or if you had the camera on the bottom of the watch entirely. So in fact, you twist your wrist so you're looking at the bottom and the camera's there. And that's your way to take a selfie.
I suppose.
That's the only other way I can see it happening.
I don't think it'll happen, though.
Nah, I don't see it ever happening. If it does happen, then you heard it here first, guys. It's probably going to be a bit rubbish.
It makes my wrist feel horrible and my arm feel horrible. Trying to, like, try and take a photo with it, so I don't think it will happen.
Yeah, it feels like it's just trying to force your arm to do something that doesn't really feel natural at all.
Yeah.
And that's the most important thing when you have a product. You want it to feel natural, because then it feels ergonomic, and then it feels satisfying. But, no, I don't see that ever happening. Alongside the Apple Watch... Oh, well, actually, quick question. Do you ever see yourself getting a smartwatch?
Probably not. I don't think it's for me... personally.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I think I do at some point.
Yeah, probably in the future, but right now.
Yeah, not right now during lockdown and stuff, because the main benefits of a watch is obviously to do things such as exercise and recording your health statistics, and at the moment I'm not doing either of them, being stuck in the house quite a lot. So yeah, maybe in the future. I have kind of fallen more in love with the Apple Watch, whereas before I thought, square, it looks shit. Whereas the Galaxy Watch, it looks really good and natural, like having the round face. But yeah, now I'm falling a little bit more in love with the Apple Watch. But I'm falling out of love with Apple.
Fair. That's quite sad. Is that because of iOS 14?
Yeah, iOS 14 I thought was going to be like a revolutionary piece of operating system. I thought it was going to be something that finally introduces the customizability that iOS users want. And you know what? It does. It's just very limited.
I don't like that you can change the icons of things. I'm going to be honest. I hate that part.
Do you know what? I like it, but I don't like how it's not easy.
You need to get widgets something, don't you, to download?
I can't remember the official method just because I haven't actually done it myself. But in order to edit an icon, I think you need to download a shortcut, which is Apple's automation.
I haven't actually updated yet.
Choose the app. Oh, I don't know whether to recommend updating or not. I feel like my battery's got worse. I used to be able to tether my phone from mobile data, and my battery would maintain. At the end of last week's stream, my broadcast, it fucked up. The battery went down to like 20% and said, you've got barely any battery left, when technically it's charging all the time. So I feel like it's got a lot worse on my battery. I am liking the widgets a little bit more, but
I guess it's just getting used to it, isn't it?
I think there's still some work to do, especially as you can download some widgets from the App Store. I don't like how the app name for that widget appears underneath it. So like one of the popular ones being Widgetsmith at the moment, where people are using Widgetsmith and other things like color widgets to have like a fancy way of displaying today's date and time and reminders. I'd rather it say things like reminders underneath, like you can customize the name, rather than it saying Widgetsmith, because I feel like it looks a little bit clunky, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like there's still work to be done, but it wasn't as exciting as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, and I'm just really not a fan of like you being able to customize the icons, because I feel like that makes the icons a bit stupid to have in the first place.
I wish there was an easier way of doing it. But there's a couple of themes which I've really liked. Someone's recreated the Nook phone from Animal Crossing.
Right.
So, like, all of our icons are Animal Crossing themes, like plain and pastel, and their background's the Nook phone theme. And it looks like a Nook phone. It looks really, really good. And then I've seen another person recreate Windows 98 and change their icons so it looks all blue and grey and neutral. And the background's like that horrible cyan colour. It looks really cool. But in terms of just general customizations, unless you're going to go that far, I don't know. What's the point?
Yeah, I'm the same with that.
But it is welcomed. We do like having new customizability, but there's still definitely some more work to be done. But it is nice that Apple's finally bringing the stuff that people want. But they are very slow at the moment.
You know what else the people want?
What's that?
iPad.
The iPad?
The one that you did 3 years ago.
Oh my goodness. For those of you that don't know, ages ago we did a mock video where I pretended to introduce a brand new iPad and uploaded it to YouTube. And it was just me pretending to be so neutral and saying all the fancy words. I think I was saying things like, introducing a new iPad Ultra Elite XPS Dual Screen Plus Quad.
Do you want to hear
with
it?
5 cameras, 15 quad cores. Hear it? Have you got it up on your phone right now?
Yeah.
I'll go for it. Let's do it. And then there was piano going on in the background. Oh dear.
Introducing the new iPad Professional Elite Expert Plus 2 with new quad cameras for ultimate focus on your subject, and also the ultimate dual-tastic quad cores for the speed of your life. If you buy now, you can get the Bunny DLC, where you can add some values to your iPad Pro Elite Quad Expert Dual Plus 2 for the ultimate user experience.
The key at the
I
end.
love the final notes. I think we did quite a good job of that song.
Yeah, no, that was quite a good composition on the spot.
Yeah.
And do you know what's funny though?
Go on.
I said 4 cameras as a joke.
I know, and now
it's becoming mainstream.
See, you decided this phone 4 years ago. 3 years ago.
Oh my goodness.
You know what? It's 3.5 years ago, that.
That's just crazy.
Yep.
Easter 2017.
Yep.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it was 3.5 years ago.
It's a bit mental.
Well, unfortunately that iPad isn't being released, but the new iPad is being released where there is, I think there was a magnet that you can stick your Apple Pencil to on the side now.
That'd be quite... Oh, yeah, that's the thing, I'm pretty sure. I've seen that.
And that's wirelessly charged as well.
Hmm.
I think that was what it is. I'm not too sure, so I do apologise for lack of professionalism and preparation. But it's just the usual iPad upgrades, to be honest. Nothing too special. I feel like there was nothing mad at the event. I feel like it was just an hour of, here's new speed, here's new device, the number's gone up, pay us.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So that's just my opinion of it anyway. That's
usually how it goes, though, at the moment. I haven't seen it enough to know, really, so I haven't actually looked at anything that's new. I don't know what they've got. I know about the watch and the iPad because that's what you've written down. Other than that, I have no idea anything else that's happened.
What about, though, because I know you know about this, because you were watching the streams. What about PlayStation 5, eh? Because PlayStation 5...
I wasn't watching the streams.
Were you not watching the game releases?
I watched the original PlayStation 5 announcement thing, and that's it.
But that was the game releases as well, because you were talking about how
6 months
cute
ago?
and cuddly the games were, or some of them were.
6 months ago.
Yeah,
or whatever it was, a few months ago.
Yeah, so you were in on it. You knew a little bit about it.
I do like the idea of the PlayStation 5 and stuff. I've always been more of a PlayStation person than Xbox, just for the sake of I never had an Xbox. I never was into the games on it really.
Have you seen the renders?
Of what?
of the console of PlayStation 5?
No, maybe
it is giant.
It's the one that looks a bit like a dragon.
What, the PlayStation 5?
Yeah,
It doesn't look like a dragon.
it looks like a dragon.
It looks like a Virgin Media wireless router.
Looks like a dragon.
It doesn't look like a dragon.
It looks like a dragon.
What do you mean it looks like a dragon?
It looks like a dragon.
Yeah, but how?
Right, look. You ready?
No.
Dragon.
He's just sent me a picture of the console and said it looks like a dragon. How? What do you mean?
Looks like a dragon.
Alright, whatever. So yeah, the pre-orders have now been opened up for that, and they sold out literally within seconds.
They went out early. I don't like it being white. I wish it was another color other than white. You know, I wish I had
Well, this could be a future thing though, because they always do the special editions.
Yeah.
This is just release edition.
I kind of hope they have like maybe, you know, pure black and blue.
Well, it could happen.
I'm sure they will.
Anyway, the pricing for it in the UK it's $449.99. In the US it's $499.99, not including tax, obviously, in the US one. It's also €499.99. This is all for the disc edition, and for the digital edition, it's $399, not including tax, €399, and £359.
If you were to get one, which one would you get?
Oh, the thing is, I'm a sucker for physical copies.
Okay, I am the same. For the sake of, when you don't want it, you can sell it.
That, you can trade, you can let your friends borrow it easily, and I know obviously being like a PC gamer as well, I literally download all of my games through Steam, which is completely contradictory to what I'm about to say, but I just like owning a physical copy. I feel like there's something nicer about owning a physical copy of like a cartridge or a disc for a console. So like, I used to have an Xbox 360, I never upgraded from next gen, but I never used the Xbox store when that came out on my Nintendo Switch, other than games where I've literally either got them for free or got them for 21 cents due to a pricing error. All of my games are physical.
My only game that's not physical on the Switch was Animal Crossing, because it was sold out everywhere.
The only game that I've got on the Switch that isn't physical is Five Nights at Freddy's, because there was a pricing glitch which allowed me to get it for 39 pence instead of £39. So
I think
yeah,
physical stuff looks cooler though, you know? It's nice to have it kind of like on a shelf and stuff.
And sure, you can lose it, but at the same time, it lasts the lapse of time. My big example of that... Sorry, I'll just say what I'm going to say quickly.
You go first, yeah.
The big example of that being when Microsoft shut down their ebook store. People are like, oh, what about the books that I've bought? What about all of the what about all the copies that I've got downloaded? What's going to happen to them? In the terms and conditions, Microsoft said that they were selling you an exclusive license to access it, and they had the right to withdraw it at any time. So they legally could do that, and people didn't have access to the products anymore, and you don't get your refunds.
Mm-hmm.
Because you were paying for a license to access rather than paying for ownership of the copy. Whereas with physical editions, you're paying for ownership. So, like, I feel like I would pay the extra £90 on top, or in dollars, extra $100 on top, just to get the physical edition, just because it really does last the lapse of time. 360 servers could be shut down soon with the new Xbox Series X coming out. I've still got a 360. They might not do the shop servers or store servers, whatever they call it, anymore on the 360. But I still have the physical copies of the games, and they'll live with me forever. So it's just nicer. I feel like there's more benefits than cons. And
I think one of the biggest things is as well.
Yeah.
The prices of the games that are on the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox, I've seen they're priced at least £70 each, which is a pretty huge amount of money.
It's crazy. I remember when they were like £40-50, and now 70.
I remember when they were like 30.
Games.
You know.
Yeah. $39.99 was the price of a good game.
Yeah.
And now for it to be like $59.99 is the norm. Now 70.
I think the biggest problem is when you're spending that much money, you want to enjoy the game. Say you have a say you have the digital edition. If you don't enjoy the game, then you've lost £70.
Yeah.
And there's a huge thing that says no refunds on these games. As soon as you've opened it, like even if you've played like a second of it on both these consoles, they've said they're not refunding it.
And again, I think it's down to like ecosystems as well. When you own the digital edition of something, you feel locked into that ecosystem. You have to play it on that ecosystem. Because if you were to decide that you don't want to play the PS5 anymore, or you need to sell the PS5 for some reason to raise money for something, then you've also lost access to all the games that you previously downloaded. Whereas, like you said, you can sell them if you got the physical copy, whereas you can't do it with a digital one.
Well, say you completed it, you know?
Yeah. And you don't play it anymore. There's no replayability. Then what?
Tough.
And the good thing about the disc edition as well is there is still a digital store, so if you did want to download the digital shit, you can.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Of course, it's mainly down to pricing for most people. People would happily get a hard bargain paying £90 less and being able to spend that £90 on maybe 2 games. But yeah, I'd still pay that extra. There's going to be more benefit for you in the long run.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Speaking of benefits in the long run, I've just had a little man come in.
Oh, what's Coda doing?
He is looking at me. And now looking at the window. The cat is sat in the window.
I see.
Now he's looking at me. Now he's looking at the cat. Now he's looking at me. And
that's like that advert.
He's gone.
Look at me. Look over there. Look back at me. I'm on a horse.
Yeah, I know what you're on about.
That advert. I can't remember all of the words to it, but that reminded me of that. Anyway, yeah, the Xbox Series X, that's also now on pre-order. I feel like that's sold out almost everywhere as well. And there's a lot of speculation about what's going to do better between the PS5 digital edition and the Xbox Series S. That's a digital edition of the Xbox Series X. Because, like, there's a whole £100 difference. The Xbox Series S is £100 cheaper than the PS5 digital edition. They've really, really, really undercut the PlayStation.
I did see the Xbox Series X, though, as the same price. I'm pretty sure
it is.
The PS5.
The Series X is the same price as the standard PlayStation 5. But the digital editions, yeah. I think there's also a spec downgrade, though, on the Series S compared to the Series X, which I guess is where you get that cut. But if you're not looking for high specs anyway, you just want to play the games for the games, then you're still looking at £100.
Yeah.
Cheaper.
Yeah.
If you had to get one right now, what would you get? You said PlayStation before because you liked it. You still do that now?
I don't know. I've always preferred PlayStation. You know, I feel like the controller's a bit nicer.
Yep.
I feel like I grew up with it more. Like I had a PlayStation 1, I had a PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
There's always been like, I don't know. I prefer playing stuff like Crash Bandicoot and stuff on there. Simpsons Hit and Runs on there. You know, stuff like that. Just really simple stuff like that. And I don't know, I kind of just prefer... I haven't seen the games that are announced on the Xbox, to be honest. But
yeah,
the ones that I've seen on the PlayStation 5 that have been announced so far look really good.
They do look good, yeah.
So, probably that. But I mean, quality-wise as well, I mean, they've said they can go up to like, I think it's 8K they can go up to. And no one's got an 8K monitor.
No.
Or an 8K TV, because they're barely in existence at the moment. So they're definitely a console that's made to last for a while at the moment. And I think personally, I'd probably go for PlayStation.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah, but I probably won't go for either because I'm not hugely into gaming at the moment, like overall. And I mean, I spend too much time on the computer, and I do like just being off and doing other things at the moment as well. So
yeah, computer's my baby.
When I have a new house, maybe. Because it's something to do in like the living room, for example, isn't it? You know?
Yeah, exactly. Leisure, entertainment, relaxing, all of that.
Yeah, and if someone comes over, it's something to do as well. Whereas at the moment, where no one's coming over, no one's doing anything, I don't see the point in myself having one.
See, if it wasn't for Halo also coming to PC, I would say Xbox. Because Halo is my absolute love of my life in terms of favourite game series.
Bloody hell.
I've loved it so much, and I've always loved it. it's been over 10 years since Halo Reach was released. I was introduced during the Halo 3 days, so I think that was like 12, 13 years ago. And I've absolutely loved it. It's literally my favourite game series ever. But other than the fact that I've not played the Halo 5, though, I know it's a really bad fan, despite me saying I really love the Halo series. But the new Halo game is also coming to PC.
Yes.
So I feel like I would have bought an Xbox for the Halo exclusive, but because it's coming to PC, and I feel like because I think most of the exclusives, the Xbox exclusives, are also coming to PC. I think I don't need to buy an Xbox because I've got a system that can handle it already. Yes. I feel like if I wanted to buy any console, I'd buy the PlayStation because you can't get those on PC.
Yeah, that's the thing generally now. Like PlayStation has a lot of exclusive, whereas like Xbox, especially because it's now Microsoft. Has it always been Microsoft?
Oh, it's always been Microsoft. Yeah, Xbox is Microsoft.
Well, because Microsoft as well, you have Windows 10. You have the Xbox Store on the computer.
Microsoft's
you
made
can play Xbox games on the computer.
Yeah, they've made it. I reckon it's a super duper smart move. Like,
yeah, for sure.
It's a risky move, but it's a super duper smart move. Reason being, console sales only make up a fraction of the profits that they earn, and Microsoft's realised that. So they've diversified it. They've gone on to their main operating system. They've brought all of the games, the games that are under the Xbox Anywhere label to their Windows 10 operating system. Mm-hmm. As well as, obviously, as you said, accessing the Microsoft Store and integrating with that. And I feel like they've made a really good move. And they've also started pushing the Xbox Game Pass to mobile. Now, that is a massive move. That's basically saying, we want you to play games with us, and it doesn't matter if you have our console or not. We want you to play the games, because that's where the profits are.
Yeah.
And with all of these launchers coming about on PC, I'm not saying the Xbox client, all of that is just another launcher, but it's a competitor.
Did you say it's another launcher?
There's another launcher.
Oh my god.
Anyway, we've been really, really tech related this episode. I've liked it, but I think we should move on to something a little bit more interesting now.
Oh, I know what you're on about here.
Yeah, I think you know what I'm on about.
Yeah, go on.
The monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go on. So, tell us about it. What did you do?
I saw my mum last week. Very nice to see her again. Saw her on Wednesday and Thursday. And luckily, I didn't have to work on either of those days until the evening on Thursday, which was very nice. So on Thursday, we went to a wildlife park here that I've been to previously. Big monkey enclosure there, chimpanzees, and huge. Like they got loads of room to go around. There's windows they can come and sit up next to as well. As well as like a little outside, a huge outside bit they can go in as well.
Nice.
Which is really nice. And there was a orangutan with a blanket, which was really cute. Meerkats, red pandas in the trees. I
love red pandas.
Oh, me too. They're so good. But the worst thing is when you go to the monkey enclosure, the smell is awful.
Oh no!
So you go in there, and it's a new requirement where you have to wear masks in all buildings. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to wear a mask into this building, and the smell quickly attaches to your mask. You don't really realise. So when we left, because it's like the last thing there for us. When we left, I drove us back to a shop, and obviously you have to wear masks in the shop, and we had this mask. I put my mask back on. I was like, ugh, what is that smell? My mask smells like monkey.
Oh no!
So the smell kind of just attaches itself to your mask.
That sounds horrible.
It was.
What did you do about it? Have you got a new one now, or?
I washed it.
Oh,
first thing I did when I got home was washed it.
Smart move.
But I have still got my other masks here. Just I'm not sure if I can wear a couple of them out. You know.
Mm-hmm.
but I washed it. It smells lovely now. It smells like some lavender, I think.
Oh, lovely.
So yeah, not fun that, but you know, whatever.
Well, other than the smell, how was the wildlife park in general?
Oh, it was really good. It's really good. It's one of those ones, you know, when like you go to like a general place and you're like, you might see an animal.
Yeah.
This is one where you go there and you will see everything because it's got like indoor parts, but you can see to the indoor parts. It's got huge like outdoor areas where they're all running around and everything. It's really nice, and it's got like this huge walkway as well that goes like over part of the parks where like the orangutans can like walk over the park and whatever else.
Oh, nice.
It's really nice.
Has it got like one of those drive-through safaris?
It hasn't, but I mean,
okay.
Thing is, I used to go there probably like, I don't know, 12 years ago, maybe a bit more, and it was really small. But now it's massive, and it's probably the best one in the area.
Well, that's good.
So, definitely worth it if you get the chance to go. We'll go when you're down at some point.
Yeah, let's do it. It sounds like a good place.
It is. It's really good. It's not far from here either. It's like a half-hour drive.
That's pretty close.
Yeah. But no, it's really good.
Cool. Sounds like you had a good time. Did you do anything else with your mum, or...?
We... the night before we went out for food.
Yeah.
Right? What do you mean I'm horrible?
You laughed!
Yeah, because I thought of something that happened.
Oh shit, I'm the horrible one. Moving on!
Anyway, the night before, yeah, we went out for some food. And we finished it. My mum said, okay, I'm just going to go to the toilet quick. And suddenly, like, I just hear, "Stop touching me!" And I look over to my right, and there's just this lady that's come up and started smacking this guy with her purse. And
what?
And like he was just like I'd seen him like on and off throughout the day, whilst we were there, and he was just eating his food, and he was just having a drink, and this lady's just come up and started shouting, "Stop touching me!" Started smacking him with her purse. He gets up, and like his chair falls over. He falls over his chair. It's like all this stuff just suddenly starts happening on the table next to me, and you're just kind of like looking like, what is going on?
Oh my god.
And then like all these people start coming over like, hey, stop it, there's people eating here. And like the person that's in charge of whatever on the day is like, comes over and is like, what is going on? It's just like mental. And this lady's like still shouting and like while she's like walking out, "Don't ever fucking touch me again." And it's like, he was just having a drink.
Sounds like a school dinner hall.
It does. But I have no idea what happened there. And it's definitely one of those things where you just kind of like all of you turn like in unison, you know?
Yeah, everyone looks over and that's the centre of attention for a bit.
Yeah, and then like you have to keep looking over to see like what's still happening.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's probably the highlight.
Brilliant. You've had something else pretty cool happen lately, haven't you?
Yeah.
You have. You've had a new delivery reach your door.
Appointment.
Oh. What?
I was just making the joke. Never mind.
What?
You got dentist appointment written down here. So,
oh, yeah. God, yeah, it really got dry last week, didn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Maybe next time. But,
yeah, we'll keep it there.
You've had something new arrive at your door.
I got my 100k play button.
Way!
And it's going to go on my wall.
Have you decided whereabouts? Is it going to go, like, with your...
You know, there's...
With your guitars, or...?
Yeah, you know there's, like, little spaces in between the guitars?
Yeah.
I'm going to put it in between there.
I think that's a good idea.
A nice little place to put it. But I just need to drill into the wall and whatever else to start off with, because the wall is
That's a really good idea. And you've also got the letter as well, haven't you?
I did. I got the letter come through. That came yesterday, I think. Day before. For those of you
who don't know, it's basically when you get a play button, you get a letter congratulating you inside, and that's just a standard like paper pamphlet or card pamphlet that goes in with it. And what you can also do is you can get a silver. Is it like a plaque version of it?
I think so, but I don't really know.
It's like a silver, maybe embossed is the word. Silver embossed, and it's got glass around it as well, hasn't it?
Yes.
Silver embossed sheet with the exact same letter in like a glass frame. And it looks more like one of those plaques that you can put up to display information, but in a very fancy way. It looks like one of those really fancy placards, and he's gone, yeah, you've gone and got that as well. Why did I say?
I have. I don't know. Why did you struggle?
I don't know. Stutter and was just like, hello, yes, I exist. Time to ruin your life.
Yes, I
anyway,
think I got my wall.
GG. Well, hopefully that's the first of many to come. Just need the big gold one next.
Oh, that's a long... I say it's a long way away.
You're 10% of the way through.
Yeah, I've gone up 5% as well in the last... not 5%. I've gone up 5,000 subscribers as well in the last, like... I don't know, couple of weeks.
Which is solid. That's great gains.
But it has slowed down a bit now, but... Who knows?
Still, that's a nice boost. Gets you properly into 100Ks.
Aye. It means that if someone decides to unsubscribe, I will not lose, 100K
exactly,
again, which is quite nice.
You just need 5,000 people to unsubscribe, all in unison.
Oh, I hope not.
Are you still thinking of getting another play button to change into a guitar?
Maybe. I said about it, but I'm kind of seeing if what to do fully with it yet. Like, I don't know what to really do with it. They are generally smaller than a guitar body.
Yeah.
So I guess it depends.
So would it maybe have to be encased in another outer body?
Maybe, yeah. Which wouldn't be the worst thing.
Sounds like a project and a half, though.
Yeah, obviously I probably need to hire someone to do it because I don't know what I'm doing with that sort of stuff. And then that'll cost more money, and then as long as I can make a profit, I guess,
Gosh, that'll be very hard unless you sell it on.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're gonna need to get the woodworking tools, or otherwise hire them. So it's gonna be quite expensive either way.
Apparently, my friend's dad is good with it, so I could probably be like, "Hey, do you want to do this for me?"
What up, Gary? I've got this in mind. Here's the basis. Go.
Good luck.
I'm sure he'll say yeah.
Yeah, he might do. I don't know. But I think that means there is the end of this week's episode, right?
Yes, it is indeed.
Yes.
Well, thank you all so much for listening to this week's episode of...
I'm stuck in a podcast!
We upload a new episode here on Spotify every single Wednesday. Next one being Wednesday the 30th. So make sure you keep your eyes and ears peeled for the next one. Make sure you follow us here on Spotify as well.
On Wednesday.
Because if you don't follow us, then, well, you're going to miss out.
On Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Follow us on our Twitter as well. Our personal Twitters.
Wednesday.
At FraserIRL, at Kai Ross-Best. And also go and follow the podcast Twitter at Stuck in a Podcast.
On Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
Wednesday.
I think that's about it. Is there anything else you want to say?
Wednesday!
See you next Wednesday.
See you next Wednesday.
Bitch.